I explained this one to you because I want you to understand that please do not assume this mini project like the final year project, because this is not to that level to give you the lesson and other lessons like econometrics and other computer software. You won't have times to learn. Yep. Okay. And I won't also give you a topic for this one. You can suggest your favorite topic to me, and I will tell you whether you can go ahead with that topic. I will evaluate your topic, your selected topic, by considering whether you can get the data, not just ask you to do the topic, or you go ahead and do this topic, and I will just sit and observe what you can do. No, that's not my style. Um, my style is I will let you choose the topic and tell you whether it's convenient or not. But you have to propose your topic within a very short period, because maybe in 2 or 3 days maximum, you need to tell me your topic.
Okay.
Yeah. And to find the topic, I will teach you how to find the topic. To find the topic, you need to determine whether you can get the data or not. A data for at least how many years? Maybe like 30 years, or maybe 30 months, or 30 days, at least. That is the minimum.
30 years and 30 months at least.
Yeah,
Or
it can be the frequency of the data. It not necessarily a month or week. It can be like every day. It can be every week. It can be every month, as long as the flow is continuous. Like from January until December for 1 year, and then next year January to December, next year January to December. You have 36 years. Sorry, 36 months.
okay.
Right? Do you understand this?
Yes, understand.
Okay. What about if I ask you to find yearly data? How many years?
Years. 13 years
It will be 30 years. 30, not one, not 13.
or three zeros.
30.
这样多 30 months, 30
Yep.
years.
If you can go to, if you don't know where to get the data, then you can just go ahead and ask me. I can simply and easily name you several databases you can get data.
Sure. Okay.
Right? Um, that is one. The first thing you're gonna do is to find the topic and make sure you have the data for that topic. And for the topic, make sure that the topic is current. Another requirement. The first one is data availability. The second requirement is whether the topic is current or not. Current here not necessarily mean something that is new now, something is talking about now, but something that you think is important. What do you think is important to the society, not just in Malaysia, but could be other countries? Okay. So your topic and the data, not necessarily in Malaysia, it can be in other countries.
Okay.
Right, that is the second thing. The third thing I want to talk about here is I haven't read the instructions, but I assume you need to do some analysis with the data. What analysis you can do with that topic, for example? Have you all learned about regression analysis?
Migration.
Like simple regression, multiple regression.
I'm not sure on it.
You're not sure? In your statistic class, you're supposed to have learned regression.
Or regression have. Yeah, alright. Yeah.
Yep. Multiple regression, simple regression.
Yes.
Okay. Um, you must determine what method you want to use for the analysis. Okay. Now, for your information also, because my field is econometrics and economics, my empirical research method is very much different from the statistical method. For example, if you remember what you learned from the regression, you will do the things like normality test for every variable, and then the factor analysis or something like that. But in econometrics, we are different. I have my style and our way to model a relationship between variables. Okay, but using your regressions, I mean, your regressions method, I can still recognize, but you must demonstrate your ability to apply the regression method. As I said, I won't teach you my um, econometric methods because you won't have time to learn unless for FYP. Um, the reasons I ask you all to come to my office today is because I want to show you your senior's thesis. The senior's thesis will show um, the empirical procedures and methodologies. And there are a lot of things that I can show you. Suppose you guys comes to my office today, but never mind. Since you guys can't come, we just talk here. Um, the fourth things, have you noticed? The fourth things is you need to find at least one journal article to guide your thesis. Sorry, to guide your mini project.
At least one journal.
At least one journal article to guide your thesis, but you must demonstrate several other journal. I will talk about that later, but the next thing you want to jot down here is you need to find a journal article to guide your thesis. For example, you find a journal article and you get a model's equation. A model equations has a dependent variable, has an independent variable, right? And that is the guide. You do your mini project based on that guide. So this is not an easy task because um, your selected journal must be related to your topic, right? The topic is the first. The first thing I ask you to do now is to find a topic, but your journal article must be related to that topic, and that article must be in the past 5 years. Must be published in the past 5 years. Do not find journal article in the 1980s or 1990s. You have to find a journal article published in 2022, 2021, in the past 5 years. That is the requirement. You get it?
Okay,
And
5 years.
chant for this journal article, you got to um, select article from a good journals. How to know a good or not good journal? For example, you can go for database like Science Direct. I will type here. Okay, just jot down Science.
Science Direct.
Yeah, Science Direct on.
Science Gate. Research Gate.
Such case is not. That is something I won't recognize.
Okay.
JSTOR. You can find Springer link.
Sprinkling.
Yeah,
The
Willy, and this is another one. Willy, uh, Taylor, and Francis. And Francis. Okay, those are the sources. The database you can find the journal articles. I don't ask you to go directly to this URL. What you need to do is you have to visit your library's e-resources. Go to UMS library. There is an e-resources. You go to e-resources, and then from there, you should find database from somewhere, database, and click that and you will see the list of database, and you will see SignDirect, SpringerLink, JSTOR, and so on. Okay. I think it's another one. I think I can mention here. It's this one. This is another one.
Okay. The method, if not mistaken, Dr. Yong have teach us to find the database for last same for the
Yep.
monetary economy. Yes.
Yep. That's good. That's good. If you can find article from this the link I give you, just check that if the journal article is also listed in that link, there will be all good journals.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good if you still remembers that assignment. That's cool. Right, that's searching for journal articles. All right, now, how many things have you jotted down? I think four, right?
Yes, 4 points.
Okay, this is about looking for topic. Now, I'm gonna tell you after you have searching the topic and I said, yes, you can go ahead with that topic. And the next step is what? The next step is to um, structure your mini project. To structure your mini project means that you will have to organize your mini project in several sections. The first sections will be introduction. The second sections will be literature review. The third sections is methodology. The fourth section is analysis and result. And the last section is conclusions. Have you written down?
Yes,
Okay,
five structure.
right. Five sections there.
Right.
The structure has five sections. Uh, After the conclusion section, you will need to add your references. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
All right. Um, Before the introduction, you should add an abstract. An abstract is just a summary, a very short summary about your mini project, the whole mini project, right? And then before the abstract, you must put your title. Okay, right? Can you read to me again
Uh,
from the top to the bottom?
if after that, after we find a journal, we need to analyze. Then first we need to write a title for it, an extract, introduction, literature review, methodology, analyze and result. Then the last one, conclusion with the reference.
Yep. The fourth section is analysis and result.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Please give me maybe 3 minutes because I'm opening the file now through my emails to read to see the instructions to make sure that um, I don't miss anything. If you have any questions, you just go ahead and ask me.
I have think of some topics that are relevant, maybe
Yeah.
about the currency of Singapore and Malaysia.
Um, just one.
And another one is the eco-
Can you type there? I will read. Can you type? And I also need one persons to record our meeting. Not I don't say record using Google Meet, but just to record what we talk about in each meeting. For example, in the first meeting, you know that we talk about the topic and the structures of the assignment and so forth. And also maybe you just note down the attendance, who attended this meeting.
later we will sure. Later I will discuss. Ask others members to help me.
Yep. Okay. I found the files already. Just give me 2 minutes. Or I should share with you guys, and you read it by yourself. Is it okay?
Sure.
Wait. How do I supposed to send to you?
You can email me or WhatsApp also can.
Okay, I will email you. Can you give me your email? Just type here.
Wait a minute.
Okay, Chance, I sent to you.
Yeah, I get it.
Right. Can you open it now and share it on the screen?
Let me download it. Yes.
Okay. Um, Before that, do you have this file?
No.
No, you don't have. Maybe I give you guys 3 minutes to read through these instructions, and then we have further discussion.
Sorry, I sent it to our group first.
Yep. Okay. Chance, you need to tell me is after you read through this file, whether what I told you just now according to the requirement here, especially the structure of your mini project.
Intro, literature method. Result, discussion, conclusion, and discussion. Presentation. 15 to 20 minutes, at least two questions from the penalty.
Okay, have you guys done reading?
Quite a lot.
Right, Chant. Um,
Yes.
I'm concerned about the structure of your mini projects. Is
Uh,
everything I told you just now? I mean, from the title, abstract up down to your references.
yeah, and the extract need to include two language.
Two language. Okay, that's just a translation. That's not a problem.
Yeah, that's all. And the presentation.
The presentation. The presentations. Yep, that is some things that we need to discuss further later on after you completed your mini projects. Which week is that your your presentation?
Uh, first of 12.
First of
January of 12.
yes, I can see. Where is that? I see 12th January.
12 January.
Is it 12 January?
Yes, 12 January.
Okay. Is that in the 14 weeks, the last week, or after, or before?
At the last week, as the at the 12 of January 12.
Okay, let me check. 12th January is
Friday.
12 Friday. Yep.
Yes.
Okay, Friday. That means this is the last week of the last week.
Class.
Correct. Okay,
Yes.
there's the presentation. That means you guys will need to complete your mini project within 3 weeks. I'll give you times 3 weeks from now until until 3 weeks. Then you will need at least several days to prepare your oral presentation. That is my plan, my simple plan for you. And as I said, because of this arrangement, as stated in these instructions, you guys won't have times to do something like FYP. So this is just a very short version, which is less than 10% of your FYP. Okay.
Uh, Sorry, Doctor. I want to
Yeah.
add on that they have first the B1 that
B1.
they have the instruction about belajar each student for 2 or 3 person in one group.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that is what I remember. Last time we did the same, which is I think your groups have has 6 persons, right? That
Yes.
means you can divide your group into three
Two.
persons per group.
Yeah.
Okay, that means each group we have to find a topic.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Anything else?
I think that's all from the
Right.
instruction.
Okay. Now, just now I told you to find the topic the first thing, and the second thing is the structure, right?
Yes.
And the next thing I want to talk further is regarding your section by section. I will tell you what to do now, and you need to follow this very carefully. Now, you don't have to worry so much about the abstract at the moment because abstract is just a summary of your whole project later. That is the last things you're gonna do. Okay, you don't do the abstract first, you do the abstract last. The first thing you're gonna do is to find a topic, and you got to let me know, and I will prove it whether you can go ahead with that. And when you submit your topic, please also attach your reference, your journal and reference. Just now I asked you to find one journal reference, right?
Yes.
You have to send to me. Not yeah, just attach the topic and also your uh, reference journal. You can also just let me see what to say the title of the journal articles if you can't download the journal article or something. Um, but yeah, I know you know what to do with that one. Okay, that is the topic. The following things is the introduction. The introduction section. What you need to write is you need to write some things that indicate what motivates you to do this brief research. I consider this mini project is like a brief research, right? What motivates you to find this topic and to do this research? That is some things you need to talk about in the introduction. The first thing. The second thing is in the introductions, you need to highlight what is the problem. What is the problem facing this topic? For example, if you want to talk about just now, chance you write down several topics here, the change of the currencies of Singapore and Malaysia. And the second topic is the economic impacts of COVID-19 crisis in Malaysia. Right. Now, the problem with the second topic is very clear. COVID-19 is where is itself a problem, right? However, however, this is not a research problem. Why? The problem, the impacts of COVID-19 is a problem, but it is not a research problem here because there are so many journal articles, more than thousand, several thousands of research paper have been talking about COVID-19 in Malaysia, right? A research problem is when you notice that there is something which is not sure, which is uncertain, uncertain. For example, until today, nobody know what caused the currency fluctuation so bad. Even after you read several journal articles, you found that currency fluctuate every day, or every week, every month. But the true factors underlying this fluctuation is still unclear. That can become your research problem. Understand what? Um, then from there, you can derive your objective. Your objective, what do you want to find? It is something you must state in your introduction. What is your objective? Your objective is to find the factors that cause the fluctuations of currency between Singapore and Malaysia, for example, or why Malaysia's currency keep decreasing against Singapore currency. What is the true drive that behind the currency depreciation of Malaysia's against Singapore? Why? Okay, that is your objective. Other than that, you need to highlight your scope, the scope of your study. The scope here means what do you include in your investigation. Okay. Um, the scope can be like you can talk about what country you include in your study, what method you include in your study, what variables, and so on. And the time dimension, how many years? Maybe you study from 2020, 2000 until 2022. Those are the time period you study. Okay, that is part of the things you can mention in the scope of study. Right. Until now, do you feel stressed already with this mini project? I believe that you have some sort of like a huge burden in your head now, every one of you. But that is some things you have to do because that is according to the instruction, and I already simplified it uh, from FYP from what you should do in FYP. In, for example, introduction chapter in FYP can be up to 15 pages, just introduction in FYP. But here I just reduce it to make maybe 1 to 3, maybe 2 to 3 pages for your introduction. Okay. Um, that is introduction. Chen, can you mentions again what things that I ask you to focus in your introductions.
Uh, for the introduction, you need to state that what is your motivation to do this
Right.
topic
Mm-hmm.
and why you want to do this topic, the reason.
Okay.
Then you need to highlight what is the problem facing for this topic.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And next thing.
Then you need to determine your objective and what is
Yep.
the factor affecting on the problem.
Right. Objective. Yep. And last
Then
one.
you need to highlight your scope in your investigation.
Right. The scope of study. Right. Okay. I'm gonna type here the introduction. There. Those are the several things that you got to focus here. But what you mentioned just now is is accurate. Um. Right. Where is it? This is about introduction. Introduction. Right here. Thing. Kind of an issue, and then problem statement. Your objective. I think your objective you can just have one objective, but in FYP you may have up to three objectives. Okay, problem statement, objectives, and scope of study. Okay. Now, as you can see, those four elements are the least things that you need to focus and you need to provide in your introduction, right? And the next thing is the literature review. The next section is the literature review. Now, according to the instructions, do you see any instruction telling you how many journal articles you must involve? How many journal articles?
Mm, no.
It doesn't state any journal articles.
Yes, they do not mention of it.
Okay, right. Um, I will ask you to, and in addition to your main reference article, okay, in addition to that, since your group has three persons per group, then I'm gonna ask one person to find at least two journal articles. Okay. Now this doesn't count the main reference. The main reference is what is for everyone. Okay. Um, in addition to that, everyone in the group must find two journal articles related to that topic in the past 5 years. Right. That means you will have six journal articles. Six journal articles, one main reference. Uh, Totally, you will have seven journal articles. Okay. Now, what you're gonna do with these journal articles is you need to read this journal article and then you have to um, not summarize. You're not summarizing the journal articles, but what you need to do is to read and you understand and you try to pick out the points from the journal articles to explain the topic. For example, in the introductions, you have talked about problem statement, and then you find journal article to shed light on the problem statement. You want to learn what previous study have talked about the what to say the problem. Okay, let's say Chan, your topic is about currency depreciations against Singaporean dollars, and you are interested to know um, what factors that drives this currency depreciation. But you have the problem statement. You know that no articles have talked clearly the factors that drive currency depreciation in Malaysia against Singapore. You know that. That is your problem statement. So you are interested to know what factors that cause this problem. Okay. And then now in the literature review chapter or section, you have the opportunity to explore. explore what? Explore previous study that investigate currency depreciation in Malaysia. Previous study have certainly highlight several factors that would cause currency to depreciate. Okay, but the previous study have not fully answer what you want to know. Okay, but they do highlight some things, but not some things underpinning your problem statement. Meaning that the purpose of literature review is to learn from previous study. You learn from previous study, you find out what previous study found. Okay. Um, After you read all these journal articles, you should have some ideas already what previous study have talked about currency depreciation. Now, the next section, the methodology section here, it's the time you demonstrate your ability to fill the research gap, meaning that you try to find new knowledge using the data you gather, right? And from here, the methodology, I won't request you to do something like the journal articles because the methods demonstrated in the journal articles is very can be very advanced. And I will just request that you perform a very simple multiple regression. Okay, as long as you can demonstrate to me your multiple regression and why you are certain that your regression results are correct, are robust, mean valid and reliable, then that's fine. I just want to see that. Okay. And I believe that the next section, analysis and result, this one, you can also add another word here since we need to also discuss the findings before. You can also write, instead of writing analysis and result, you can write result and discussion. Like this one, okay, result and discussion for the fourth sections. Okay, just now I asked you to write analysis and result. Now you can write result and discussion, just to include what you need to discuss, not just presenting the result, but you need to discuss. Okay, now this is the statistical output. You discuss the statistical output. Now, one important thing I need you to really pay attention is I don't allow you copy and paste output from any software. For example, maybe you are using this SPSS or something. I don't allow you to directly copy the output and put in your result section. I won't allow that. You need to create your own table. Create your own table and put the result. Right? And the last thing is conclusion. Conclusions, I don't think you need to talk much about this. You just need to summarize. But conclusion versus abstract, you might feel confused. Just now I told you abstract is a summary, and conclusion here is also a summary. So what are you going to write? Would that be the same? No, it wouldn't be the same. Conclusion here is somewhere you can highlight whether you achieve your objective or not, whether and how good your result have contributed new findings to the problem statement. You can also provide recommendation. What do you recommend further study to do? Maybe you can recommend instead of comparing exchange rate between Malaysia and Singapore, you can suggest maybe Malaysia in with other ASEAN countries like Philippines and so on, Laos, Vietnam, all these things. Okay. So there are much more things you can discuss in the conclusion, um, but the abstract is much shorter, much precise. In the abstract, I think you also need to write down because this distinguish abstract from conclusion. In the abstract, you need to highlight first of all what is the problem, your objective, your methodology, your findings, and the implication. Just I think five things you need to talk about. Okay, the problem, objective, method, result or findings, and lastly the implication. What is the implication of your finding? That is something you need to highlight in the abstract. The writing in the abstract should be someone you have stated also in the conclusion, but the way you write it must be different. That is writing skill. All right. Right.
Yes.
The next thing, perhaps the last thing, is the references. The list of references is after the conclusion. When you write the references, you must follow a format. Um, there are multiple formats you can follow, but the one I want you to follow is the faculty's thesis format.
APA 7.
Not necessary. You have to find the format. I mean, um, there is a book about writing thesis. Um, this book has a format. Or if you don't know, if you can't find this book, you can just go to the library. I mean, the FSSA library, just above the CAF. You can refer to the thesis and see what is the format of the references. Okay, you need to follow that format. That's not difficult things to do. The important thing is you must provide sufficient information for each reference, like the name of the authors, the year, the title, the journal's name, the journal's volume and issue, page numbers, and other link. Those are the things you need to provide. Some things that I believe, you have already came across in your mini project in industrial economics, for example. Yeah, right. Okay, I think those are the things I would requires you to perform for this mini project. I'm gonna set a deadline right here. Okay, today is 11th December, and your submission day is uh, because you're gonna do the oral presentations on the 12th of January. 12th of January. Before the 12th of January, how many weeks do you have here? 4 weeks, right? Chance, is it 4 weeks?
Let me check. Yes.
4 weeks, right? Until it's the fifth. Sorry, it's the seventh. No, the 6th of January. Until the 6th or 7th of January, that will be 4 weeks, correct?
If calculate, if this is the first of the week, then there are
Hmm.
4 more weeks.
Right, 4 more weeks. Yep. Until the 5th of January. I'm gonna put um when is the due date? Because I need times to check your work also and then returns to you for correction. Um, Perhaps that would need at least 1 week. Therefore, I'm gonna put um,
The
the
first
third,
of
the third of. Is it
Jan-
okay if I put the 3rd of January or the second? Which
I
day?
don't.
Okay, I will give you guys to choose the date 1 to 5. This in January next year. Which day do you want? The rest of you, Liu Yushen, Nur Ai, Fatiha, Darrens, Nurul, Nishans, you are so quiet.
Others.
Pardon? Others, yeah. Which day do you want to submit your final draft? I give you options, the 1st until the 5th in January next year. Liu Yixin say 3rd of January. We follows the majorities of vote.
I think 3rd of January is quite suitable. The day
That's
is
suitable.
on the
Okay,
middle.
right. Okay, two of you votes for that. Other than that, the rest of you, please type if you agree with some things. 3rd of January. Okay, one more person. Right. Okay. Now, uh, I think so. We have another person absent. I'm not sure quite um, who was that. But anyways, we decided the 3rd of January is the day you submit your final draft. Before 5 or before 12? Before 12, right? Before 12 on the 3rd of January, so that I have some more time to read your work. Okay, 3rd January, and this is by 12 p.m. Final draft submission. Okay. Now, during this period, from today until the next 3 weeks, if you encounter any problem, you can talk to me, or you need any discussion or assistance or guide, you can talk to me. Yeah, you can schedule some meetings with me. Um, these are things, right? I think that's all I need to know for this meeting. I will open for Q&A now. We start from um, Nuru Nisha. Do we have any question? Nuru Nisha, do you have any question? If you don't want to speak, you can also type. All right. Liu Yushin, no question. Darden,
No question, doctor.
right. Thank you. Nur Ain Fatiha.
No question, Doctor.
All right. Good. Chen.
My question is about how after we pick the journal, after we pick our own topic, then we send the journal. We send it through. We discuss in the WhatsApp, or we will individually email to doctor.
Okay. I can simply reply you through WhatsApp for that.
Okay.
Yeah. You just need to send me your topic, and then you let me know your journal article, and I will look at it, and I will let you know whether you can go ahead with that topic. Um, yeah, that is the things.
So for uh there will 3 person per a group, and a group will choose a topic. Then a topic, they need to choose a main journal if, for support its journal, and pick a journal to support its topics. Then another find 2 more journal to make a reference on literature review.
Um, I will clarify one more time for this one. For each group, okay, you got to find a topic, and the the group, we have to find one journal article, and that journal article is your guide. Is your guide to do your mini project. In addition to the main reference, every person in each group must find at least 2 journal articles related to the topic. The, um, because you have 3 person per group, that means your group we have 7 journal articles. One is main reference, 6 journal articles. Okay. And the 6 journal articles, including your main reference, can be used for your literature review. Okay, when you do the literature review, you are reviewing journal articles. That is literature review. You are reviewing the journal articles. For example, Nur Fatiha reviews 2 journal articles. Chen's reviews 2 journal articles, and then Darren's reviews 2 journal articles, and then you combine them, you arrange them in one section, which is the literature review. Okay, remember, the purpose of literature review is to learn from previous study, to highlight what previous study find, what methods they use, what variables they use, okay, in order to shed light on the topic. And you also, you also need to remember the journals articles you find, as I said just now, has to be in the past 5 years. Okay. For FYP, I allows my students to find articles a bit older, like 80s, 90s is fine, as long as the article is still valid and it's a good journal, it's a good articles with invaluable knowledge. But for more current investigation, I prefer my students to get more recent journal articles. For example, in 2020, 2021, up until now, so that they can link their findings to more recent findings in the end. Okay, is it clear, Chen?
Yes, understand.
Right. Do you have other question? Do you have other questions, Chen?
That's all.
That's all. All right. And then the next thing I expect to see from you is the topic. And as I said just now, I will give you 2-3 days from now. Then, because today is Monday, I expect to see your topic around Wednesdays, right? Wednesday, or maybe Thursday. The sooner you submit your topic, the better, because you can start sooner, right?
Yes.
Okay, then if you have no other questions, then I will say thank you and all the best for your mini project. And goodbye.
Thank you very much.
Okay, bye
Thank you,
everyone.
Doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Yong.